Hey guys, I'm Squall and welcome back to the channel. So I've got quite a long video, so if you guys aren't interested in a long video, this may not be the right one for you. This is actually going to be a project that I'm working on for my Dubia Roach bin. Now I've done a lot of videos on my Dubias in the past, and this is going to be quite a bit different. So in the last video, and I'll put a link in the description and I'll have a annotation on the screen, I put them in a new bin. Now this new bin is very large, and one of the problems is getting it up and down and moving it around. It's a pain in the butt. Also, having the bins on top of my reptile cage, which is how I have it right now, and I'll kind of throw a picture on there. It's kind of an eyesore. It's really big and bulky, and when you walk into my living room, it's just a big giant box up in there. So I want to get it out into the garage. And in order to get it out into the garage, I'm going to have a chest for it because my garage is not insulated. And in the wintertime, Oregon gets pretty chilly. So that's what we're working on here, is a chest for my Dubia Roach bin. And the chest is going to hold the bin, the full bin itself. What you're looking at is just kind of the basic design. Now I'm in AutoCAD. If you follow me on Twitter or friends with me on Facebook, you'll probably know that I went to college for AutoCAD and drafting and engineering. And that's kind of my background, so that's why I'm in AutoCAD design in this one. Now, a lot of my projects, I'll just kind of design. I'll just do it on paper real quick and cut them up. But this one, I have kind of some limitations on size because the bin is pretty big, and I want it to be as small as possible with the bin and as light, but still be strong. And it has to be strong because this bin is really heavy. And I'll kind of freeze that so we can get it out of the way. But that's what you're seeing. That's to the top, and then the sides and the bottom. I'll freeze that so that we're not looking at it anymore. And then this is going to be the frame. This is a 2x4 frame. 2x4s laid on their sides. Basically, it's designed similar to the way a house would be designed. And that's that each of these studs are going to be 16 inches apart. You'll have a bottom plate and a top plate. Now, the reason why I'm doing that is because I want to be able to put insulation in here between the roach bin and the outside OSB layer of wood. And that's so that it's nice and insulated and it can't get too cold in the evening. I mean at night. Now, the next thing is the OSB down here in the bottom. I'm actually going to put foil down here and then probably drill holes through the sides or the back, depending on what's the best spot for it, in order to put my, I'm losing my train of thought, my heating pads in here, because I'll have heating pads to keep it warm. And then, like I said, the top will have a hole so that there's ventilation for the roaches. So anyway, I'll kind of show you guys my cut list. Here's the first sheet. These are just 2x4s. These are my different links and then how many I'm going to need of each one. I also put a link in the description if you want to download a PDF of these plans. If for some reason somebody wants to build these, they can do that. And then I'll also put a link to the bin I used, hopefully, if I can find it. And then the dimensions of the bin. That way you can know if the bin you get will fit, or or if it's too big of a chest for you, and you can modify it how you see fit. Anyway, I'll go to the second page. Now this sheet is just my cut sheet for the OSB, so the front, the bottom, the top, the back, and the left and the right. And what I did is I just threw them on 4x8 sheets so that I had an idea of how I wanted to cut them out. That way I wasn't wasting a lot of wood. So that's what you're seeing here, is just me laying them out and getting the exact dimensions right. This sheet, I forgot to do some of the dimensions on this sheet. This one is basically just my layouts, so that I know where I need to screw and nail everything together. And then the third sheet, this is just kind of a view, a 3D view of it with the hidden lines and also a solid view. That way I can just kind of see it, the orientation. I know what it looks like, but it's always nice to kind of look at it and say, oh, no, that's not supposed to go there. So that's what we're going to do. You guys will kind of get a treat. You guys get to see me do a little bit of work here. Hopefully this video doesn't go super long, but I'm going to go ahead and remove this OSB layer right here because I don't really want it getting in my way, because I actually don't necessarily need it for these dimensions. The OSB will be on the outside. Actually, let's leave those two and then just fillet ARF radius 0. So now we have a 0 radius. And then we'll just fillet these lines in. I'll delete that one here in a minute. But anyway, we'll go ahead and go on to the next page. Oh, I already showed all the pages. Yeah. Okay, so that's it. I'll see you guys in the next spot, which is I'm going to start building it. I'm not sure if I'm going to break these up into a couple of different videos so that it's not quite so long, but what I may do is I may, instead of showing you exactly how I built it step by step, I'll just kind of get some of it together and then show you guys the finished product, so that way this video isn't dramatically long. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that kind of look into the way I design things and what goes on in my head. It's kind of a scary place, but figured you guys would enjoy a little bit different video this time. So I'll see you guys here in a minute, so stick around. Okay guys, so I'm outside now. I got my 2x4s ready, got my chops already. I'm gonna go ahead and get started cutting up all these 2x4s and getting the frame made. I'll see you guys when the frame's completely made. Okay guys, I got all my lumber cut. So what I ended up doing is, instead of using ripped 2x4s, I had some of this stuff left over from Lowe's that you can pick up. If you go to any Lowe's and back in the section where they cut large sheet goods for you, there's a little spot in the corner where they have some of this stuff just laying up there, and you can ask them and they'll give it to you for free usually. So I had some of that left over, and I figured I'd use those for the corners instead of ripping 2x4s, taking longer and then just wasting wood. So anyway, I got all these pieces cut. Now I'm going to start framing them up, and I'll see you guys in the next step. Okay guys, so I've got the top and the bottom frame done, and all I did was use some pocket holes. I did add a little bit of glue onto those joints because I was afraid they'd be a little bit weak the way they're set up. So, but they'll work for what I'm doing. Normally I wouldn't do joints like this, but it's something quick, and it'll get the job done. Anyway, I'm going to start marking out the studs and the frame, and then putting it together. So I'll see you guys in the next step. Okay guys, hopefully you can hear me, but got all the framing done, marked off all the spots. Next is going to be insulation, and then I'm going to put the OSB on. But yeah, there it is. I did it all with screws. You can probably do it with nails just as easily. I just have screws available. I don't have any longer nails right now, so I just use screws. But yep, I'll see you guys in the next step. Okay guys, so got the insulation in. I'll do the OSB next. That probably won't be till tomorrow, but for you guys it'll be in just a second. Okay guys, so I'm back. Next day I got the sides, front, top, bottom all cut out of the OSB. I'm about to attach them now. One thing I did want to note is the corners where I didn't have insulation. I decided I had some extra foam from another project I did, and I just cut some pieces off of it so that I could kind of put some insulation over in those corners too, just so that I could be sure not to lose any heat or anything. So those are on all four corners. They weren't quite long enough, but they'll suffice. So anyway, I'm going to start nail gunning these on, and should be the pretty much finished product when we're all done. Okay guys, so project's pretty much finished. I got the front, sides, backs, bottom all on. I still have to get some hinges for the top, but it's sitting right here. I cut the holes in it, and I'm going to have to figure out a way to keep the duct tape on there, but I'll show that on there here in just a second. But anyway, I did put some holes right here, and I did that so that you could grab onto it and move it pretty easy. Once I get some casters too, it'll be a lot easier. And then I put them on both sides so that way it was nice and easy to move. There's the roaches in there. I need to get them some food. Insulation's working good. Everything's in. I did also put a hole on this side, just a quick one so that I could get the cords through there for the heating mats. And that should keep it pretty warm in there pretty much all winter. And then during the summer, I may even have to unplug it. And depending on how much it gets, I may have to put like an airflow fan in there to keep it from getting too hot in there. But so let's go ahead and put this lid on here real quick. So the lid will pretty much sit like, sorry, just a second, this. So there's the lid on top of it. I'll actually have the bin lid that's over there. It'll be on there too, but for right now I just have it off. But I put a little notch right here. I probably could have put it right here, but this is fine because I can get a hold of it. And then I taped it in the inside to keep you from getting slivers and stuff. And then you'll just be able to open it and access it. See, I gotta fix the duct tape. It's just not gonna stay on. It's not what's holding on this material, but the staples are, as you can kind of see right there. But I wanted to kind of cover the edges because it gets sharp. But I'll have to figure something else out. Maybe use some spray adhesive or something. But yeah, that's the bin. Also, to let you guys know, there is foil on the bottom, and if you guys check up in the top right corner right now, you'll see a picture of, or even just on the full screen, I may put it to full screen, you'll see that there is I show a picture of me putting the carpet tape down, which is just like two-sided tape, and also some foil, and that'll keep an insulation barrier between
the wood and the heating pads. It's just kind of to help dissipate the heat so that a little more evenly, so that it doesn't get hot spots on the wood. So anyway, that concludes the new Roach setup. It's going to be out here in the garage, so I wanted to make sure it stayed nice and warm, and this should do it. Okay guys, so I wanted to do one more update before I finish this up. I'm going to go ahead and put these wheels on. Now these are 60-pound loads per wheel, so it's about 200, you know, what's that, 240 pounds load, which should hold this pretty well. I know it's not 240 pounds. It's probably, with the Roaches in there, it's probably right around 180 or so. So the wheels will help me move it around here in the garage, and then we'll get the hinges on and put the lid on, and it should be good. Also, there's a picture up in the top corner that's going to pop up here in just a second, and that shows you I had it sitting overnight and into the next couple of days. So it's been a couple of days since the last video, or last part of the video that you've seen, and that's the temp. That's 90.7 is what it was. So it's perfect. It's keeping it absolutely perfect temperature. So anyway, I'll finish this up, and then I'll show you guys the finished product when it's all done. So it's time to finish up this video, and I wanted to show you guys its final resting spot. This is a corner of my garage next to the water heater closet, and basically I finished up putting the hinges on, finished the casters. Also I added this, see if I can do this one-handed, added this chain with an eyelet up here and an eyelet down there so that I could hold it open. And then I'll also add, I'm thinking I can put the water up. Nope, it doesn't look like it's going to fit. I'll have to put a shelf up here, probably up here somewhere, to put my water crystals and feeding and stuff like that. But for now, this is definitely a lot better. The temperature right now is 75.7, and it's rising. I think that at night, the temperature is going to probably sit around 80 degrees, and then during the day, it jumps up to 90. So anyway, that is the Roach Motel. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll put a link in the description to the plan so you guys can download this, and also to the bin, so that way you guys know what the dimensions of the bin were. But yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You know the deal. So see you guys later.